to take the nerves away from it, just write this down. Like, guys, I just got off a discovery call with a prospective client, a real estate investor who will potentially work with us or work with our bookkeeping firm. And just had some thoughts pop in my head and wanted to share those with you guys in somewhat real time. And so I had the thought after we got off the call that this guy is coming to me with very real pain. He's a pretty high volume real estate investor, flipping, wholesaling, has rentals. He does this full time, very profitable. Also has a hefty tax bill that comes along with that. And so he has some pain there. He shouldn't. So we talked about that. So I'm going to connect with him with some really good REI savvy tax professionals and advisors that our firm works with and I personally work with, because he should not be paying the amount of taxes he's paying with the amount of rentals he has versus the active real estate stuff that he does, being a real estate professional. So anyways, we'll help him out that way. But he's coming to us with a real set of pain points. And so it's like he lacks financial clarity. His current bookkeeper, it's like pulling teeth, getting stuff from them. He doesn't have monthly financials to be able to look at things, see where he's at. His current tax professional sounds like they don't specialize in real estate. From what he told me, it sounds like we're going to have to take a look at their previous tax returns and probably recommend some amendments to get him some cash back that he should not have paid in taxes, because there are so many benefits of investing in real estate. And so he should not be paying as much as he pays in taxes. And so my thought was, after the call, was like, man, to super duper simplify sales for you guys, this down. What you are doing in a sales call, or what I do in a sales call, is I look the person up on social media. I look at our previous conversations. Obviously, I look at the intake form they filled out before the call. So this stuff takes like 5 minutes. And so I get as much information as I can in 5 to 10 minutes on this person. And then he hopped on the call. I asked him, hey, how's it going? You're in Texas, right? And he's like, oh yeah. And then I was like, before we get started, I just have to ask you, how long have you been doing BJJ? Which is an odd question to get from a bookkeeper, right? When you don't even know this person. But I saw on his Facebook that that's something he's really into, and he's been into it for years. And that's something that I used to be into a few years ago. And so that's a point of connection between us, right? So that automatically makes them feel comfortable. We're talking about something personal, something relatable. And so we have a good 2-minute back and forth on that. And so both of us are feeling good going into the actual call. So find something like that. Don't just open it up with, hey, I'm so-and-so bookkeeper, give me your money, or just start asking technical questions. And so open it up with something personal like that, some sort of point of connection. And then we go into, what's your current setup? What are your goals? Where are you trying to take this thing? And I just ask questions to continuously peel back the onion of, what is your real pain right now? What is the constraint? What are you feeling right now? And then that's when we get to, he's got a huge tax bill. He's not confident with his CPA. He's not confident with his bookkeeper, who also turns out to be his CPA. And so we talk about all that stuff, and I acknowledge his pain points. And then I have a little bit of banter in that portion of the conversation, establishing myself as the authority and speaking to specific things to let him know that I know exactly what needs to be done, basically, to fix his pain points, and letting him know that, like, wow, man, everything you just spoke to, those are the things our team solves. That is why we exist. That's what we do. And so giving him the confidence that, like, oh, wow, these pain points can be solved. I just needed to talk to Max. And so establishing yourself as the authority and as the person who's going to solve the problems, or your team. And then we go into just clarifying questions. And this is all in our discovery call template, right? You guys already have all this information, but I really just wanted to talk in real time after I just had one of these calls and executed our discovery call template almost to the T. And I guess before we went into, I need to ask you a few more clarifying questions before I can get you a proposal. Then I went into educating him on our team and our processes and making him feel very comfortable in that. He lives in Texas. I was like, oh, wow, we have 2 employees who are also located in Texas. How far are you from these locations? That's where they live. And so he thought that was really neat. And so you had a lot of I guess, personal ties over the call, which is super important. You just be a person on the discovery call or on the sales call. That's what this stuff comes down to. Be relatable, establish yourself as the authority, root out their pain points, and then establish yourself as the authority that is going to solve their specific pain points. Acknowledge them, and then a little bit go into how you can solve them, and even tell them how they can solve them without using you, right? That's going to make them want to work with you even more, which is not super intuitive, but it does. And then get whatever other questions you need to get in. Give them the context that, like, going through your intake answers or whatever. I just have a few questions just so I can make sure the proposal is going to be, like, super duper accurate. Hit those super quick, and then close out with some more personal stuff. He asked me where I was located currently, Western North Carolina. And then we started talking, like, do you ever come out here? And then we started, about, and whatever else. Right. And I told him next steps. So here's exactly what you can expect. Like, you never want to leave the prospect or the customer wondering, like, what happens next, right? Like, you just go ahead and give that to them. So set the expectations, set the timeline. Then after you get off, call on a good note. And then after you get off the call, you just do what you said you were going to do. Like, it's really that simple. So just kind of, all this stuff without having this video be super duper long. Off with something personal to where you can connect with them, like a real connection. You like root it out from their Facebook page or something. Previous conversation that you guys had, last 2 or 3 minutes, and you guys are feeling good with each other. And then you're going to go into asking questions that get to the root of their problem, right? And so tell me what's going on, like what problem we're trying to solve. What are 1 or 2 outcomes you hope to get from working with us that would make it a no-brainer to work with us? Is there anything that comes to mind that would prevent you from working with us? Like 3 questions. They root out a lot of information. Then we go into, basically gotten the pain points at that point. And so now you can speak to how you or your team solves those pain points, and then educate them on your team, yourself and your processes. And we're just going to roll into questions of what we need to get them an accurate proposal, or you need to get access to their QuickBooks Online account. Go ahead or whatever account, do that on the call. Go ahead and get access, verify that you got the invite in your email. Then if you want to go, if you're confident that you can just price them right there, go ahead and price them, see how they're feeling about it. That sound unreasonable. Then you're going to go into just, next steps and some more personal stuff to kind of the call on a good note, on a fun note, right? Because sometimes bookkeeping is not super fun. I hate to say that, but our prospective clients that we're speaking with, like, it's not fun, right? Which is why they want us to do it. So this was longer winded than I anticipated. We're at like 10 minutes right now or something. So sorry about that, but this was like top of mind for me. Literally just got off a discovery call and it went super well. He really wants to work with us, and sounds like he'll be a great fit for our firm. So I was excited about it, and I really just wanted to simplify, just want to make them feel comfortable that you are the authority, that you can solve their issues, and you root out their issues. That's what you want to do. And outside of that, as long as you're being a person that they don't hate talking to, service is really just going to sell itself. It's pretty easy at that point if you make them feel just super duper comfortable. Okay, I'll close out with that. See you guys in our school community.